Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today we are going to talk about my October, oh my gosh, best and worst. It's already November, basically. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. You should know that I filmed about 5 hours worth of footage of different videos today and went through the rest of my day, made dinner, and then right before bed I realized I don't think I turned the microphone on for any of that filming, and guess what? I didn't. So here we are. It is now 10:15. I have brewed a fresh cup of coffee, and we're gonna refilm all of this. Gigi's asleep. I'm taking advantage of the time. It's funny though, I was telling Tyler and he was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So he's like, what do you need? You want breakfast? So I'm like, I just need PJ pants. So I've got my PJ pants on and coffee. And I needed to reapply my lipstick, of course, and here we are. If my makeup looks a little less fresh than maybe earlier, that'd be why. Oh my gosh. I have a lot of favorites. I also have like 3 unfavorites, things I really just didn't like, so I figure I'll put those at the end. But let's start with favorites. One kind of weird, unconventional favorite is this Sephora, like, sponge holder. That's all it is. It's a sponge case. I'll link all of these products below. So my favorite sponge is L'Oreal one. I own like 7 of them, and it fits perfectly whether it's wet or dry. And I even wet the Flower Beauty one, another favorite. That one fits. And then I wet the Real Techniques one. That one fits. So I love that it clasps shut. It has these holes so it's breathable. It doesn't grow mold. I will say I traveled with this a few weeks ago and I had my sponge, and when it was wet and I would put it in this, and I would even have it like out on the countertop, it still wouldn't dry down. Like 2 days it sat there without me using it and it didn't dry. So I feel like the holes help it so that it doesn't like breed mold and stuff, but it's not going to dry really quickly in this, if that makes sense. So I think it's great for travel because I hate the idea of like a sponge in a makeup bag just like mixing around with my makeup. Like that's really gross to me when it's like wet. So this helps that. And I used to have one that's like made for, not Sephora brand, but it's made to like sit on your countertop. And that one was nice, but it definitely wasn't good for travel. So this kind of solved that problem for me, and I really, really like it. I love to get on Sephora's website and order everything priced low to high and just look at the lower priced things. And that's how I discovered that. So that was a win. If you're wondering what's on my lips, before I forget, I'm wearing a bunch of Charlotte Tilbury because I'm testing things out for another video another day. But I'm wearing the Lip Cheat in the shade Super Size Me, and then I'm wearing her lipstick in Kidman's Kiss, and then on top of it I have their Collagen Lip Bath in Refresh Rose. So another favorite of mine that I kind of tried on a whim was this Neutrogena Hydra Boost Hydrating Lip Treatment, and it has hyaluronic acid in it, and I feel like my skin loves hyaluronic acid, like in my skincare, so my lips loved it too. Very moisturizing, and this, I know some people get freaked out because it's like in just like a little pan, you dip your finger in it. I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's my finger, my lips. I go through it. I've gone through this one in like 1 month. So, I mean, you don't have it long enough to really worry too much about it unless that really grosses you out, but I think most people are fine with it. This stuff is crazy moisturizing. This is one of those products that would be perfect to have just like in your nightstand, in your purse, in your makeup drawer. I mean, it is so moisturizing. It's so wonderful. I'm definitely rebuying this. However, I have like a million lip balms to get through, but this one I was like, like I couldn't get enough of it. So highly, highly recommend. I've never heard anyone talk about this. This stuff is incredible. Moving right along, another favorite I know I've talked about in the past, but I love it so much. And I'm wearing most of this stuff today. This is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. Oh my gosh. I wear it in the shade L12 Fair. And there's something about A, the packaging, B, this doe foot, because it's so flat, it's so easy to just like glide across. So this is my favorite kind of concealer for like making that kind of triangle to brighten your under eye area because it blends in beautifully any way you want to blend it. Fingers, sponge, brush, doesn't matter. It's seamless. I do think this is really emollient and kind of moisturizing, and so for that reason it does sink into fine lines. It doesn't look crepey, it just sinks in. So I'll either set it or I'll just kind of avoid the like right under the under eye area, and I'll use a different concealer, which I'm going to talk about in a second, another favorite of mine. But it's so beautiful, and there's something about the tone of this. It's like almost more neutral, and I feel like every concealer I try is very, I just spit everywhere. It's very yellow, And that, it just, I feel like it brightens, but not in a becoming way on me. And this is like perfect. I love this so much. Okay, so the other concealer I wanted to talk about is from Bobbi Brown. I've talked about this one. This bad boy, whew, it has like seen some love here. It is the Bobbi Brown Corrector in Light Bisque. And there's something about the salmon shade of this that if you're anywhere near my skin tone, it's so, again, kind of emollient, but it stays in place. It's the weirdest thing because most kind of emollient, moisturizing correctors like this or concealers don't stay in place, kind of like the Flower Beauty one I have to set. This I don't even have to set. It stays where you put it. It is so good at canceling out blues and purples like I have right there. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It's so good, and I've not found anything that comes close to this at the drugstore. So if you have found anything like it, like maybe you've tried this and you've tried something else, please let me know. I would love to find a cheaper alternative because I otherwise will be rebuying this again. Another favorite from the drugstore is this CoverGirl brow pencil. I think it was a favorite. My last favorites video I did was in August. I didn't do one in September. It just got away from me, honestly. And this one, I think I talked about then, but I had to bring it up again because I feel like my brows are in such a good place. Like, but seriously, so many of you guys have complimented my brows, which never happens. And it's this. Like, that is all I've changed. So it's the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. I wear it in soft brown. Has a really small spoolie, my favorite kind, because you can really, it's kind of dense. You can really brush through the brow hairs and move the color around. And then it's got just a really thin brow pencil. It's retractable. It's really, there's something about the formula. It's easy to like smooth out and move the color around, but it doesn't get on the skin around your brows, because I feel like there's some pencils I try that gets all over the place and it's like, oh, so you're like constantly working at it. This is so nice. And NYX has a really good one as well. And I feel like that's very much the same as this, but there's something about just this one and this particular shade for me that's really caught my eye, and I can't stop using it. Another favorite, this one is insanely expensive, you guys. I don't even like want to mention it, but I'm like, no, Jessica, it is your job to tell about the best makeup, and this is the best mascara I've ever tried. And here's the thing, I don't throw that term around lightly. I know a lot of YouTubers say like, oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed. No, I don't throw those kinds of terms around lightly at all. I have loved for the longest time, really 3 mascaras. The Essence Lash Princess is amazing and it's really cheap. The It Cosmetics Superhero, amazing, about 20 bucks, expensive. And then the L'Oreal Lash Paradise has been like my favorite. And there have been other ones I've liked here and there that I've tried and I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Like the Wander Beauty one's pretty good. But not those 3 that I mentioned are kind of at the top. This one I tried for one day and it blew all of them out of the water. And it's $32 freaking. And I'm like, I bought this with my own money and I'm gonna have to buy the next one. But there will be a next one because I'm buying it again. That's how good it is. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Volume 2. They have a Volume 1. I've not tried that one, but I've heard Volume 2 was so good, which is why I bought it. And then I used it once and I was like, oh no, this is so good. So I'll show you me applying it today. I swear to you, 1 coat is all you need. I just love to layer on coats of mascara. That's just the way I roll. But it curls your lashes and holds the curl. I've had this on all day and those lashes are curled. It volumizes, it blackens, it lengthens, it does everything in like one swipe. Oh my gosh. So the reason I heard about this is Wayne Goss, he's a makeup artist, he's amazing. And he also has a YouTube channel. You probably have heard of him. Let me be very clear. But I'll link his channel. He mentioned this in some video where he was talking about like his makeup kit that he, when he's doing makeup on clients. And he said literally the only mascara he has in his kit is this one. And I was like, whoa, like how good is that mascara? And he said he literally, obviously he's making some decent money because he literally said he has like 20 of these in his kit, and when he'll do mascara on people, he'll use the actual wand and then just give it to whoever he just did their makeup on. That was horrible grammar, you know what I meant. And I thought, oh my gosh, will you come do my makeup so I can have the $32 mascara? That is amazing. Guys, if you have a gift card, if it is on sale, meaning like Sephora has their VIB sale, I know it just ended. Trust me, I'm already lamenting that it ended because I didn't buy another 1 or 2 of these, so now I have to wait till the freaking spring. Why don't they do a Christmas sale? Because they know we're going to buy this stuff anyway, full price, because it's Christmas. Anyway, I'm telling you, this is worth every penny. I can't express it in words. You have to try it. And you guys know I'm all for drugstore. It is my home. I love drugstore products, but I have to call a spade, and this is freaking better. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Next, this bad boy, the all-nighter spray. Guys, this spray is so good. And it's one of those, I've owned many of these, and this one and the Scandinavia, like original one, this is made by Scandinavia. They're so similar. I don't know what the difference is. To me, they're the same. They're both so amazing, so I kind of go back and forth. This is just the one I currently have. It is amazing. And one of you guys shared like a Reddit post with me, and it was like someone had like put some kind of makeup on their arm and they'd sprayed all of them with different setting sprays. And it said that like the one that was sprayed with this was the only one that lasted. And I was like, I knew it was good, but that proved it to me. Science. So I've been using this again the past month, and I used it today. I've used it pretty much every day that I wear makeup, which is not every single day, but many days. It's so good. Even on the days that I don't wear a lot of makeup, I still spray it on because I feel like it just kind of helps everything go together. Most days, even if I'm just throwing on like a BB cream with my hands, I'll throw like a little bit of powder foundation on my nose in those areas. And this, I'll spray it on and it'll just kind of help hold everything in place, but also just help it melt together so it doesn't look so powdery. It's so good, you guys. Again, I think you can find decent ones at the drugstore, but this is one of those ones that I feel like I do see a difference when I use this versus like drugstore ones. Also, you can totally get this for half price on HauteLook. If you don't know about HauteLook, not sponsored. I just love HauteLook. Literally, most of my clothes are from HauteLook. I buy a lot of high-end makeup from HauteLook, jewelry from HauteLook, shoes, like everything I own, I buy on there. Because everything, it's basically Nordstrom Rack's website, but it's their flash sale site. So things will go on there, like certain brands will be on there for 3 days and then it's gone for a month or two and then it'll be back on. So tons of high-end drugstore brands are on there, like Bobbi Brown's on there all the time, Urban Decay, etc. So they always have their setting sprays on there when they're on, and these are half price. So there you go. So I'll link HauteLook below if you're interested because it is amazing. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Okay, another one I'm only gonna touch on briefly. It's this freaking palette, you guys. I know. Most of you guys saw the Anastasia Sultry palette online. You've seen pictures, me too, on Instagram, and most people were like, that looks really boring. And I was like, oh my gosh, that looks like my dream palette. So I freaking bought it, and I have not regretted it since. It is, in my opinion, okay, it's a cooler version of the Soft Glow palette. Think about it that way. But not only does this have more cool tones, but it also has more light shimmers. And to me, that is everything. Obviously, I like light shimmers. Today I did a look where I just wore this shade Pearl all over the lid. I'll show you me applying it. And then I put Fresh kind of everywhere else. And then I mixed a little bit of this gray color called Slate in the crease. And then I put a little bit of Slate on under the lash line, my lower lash line. And then I threw some of Cyborg on my lid as well. And that's it. I feel like I can do so many different looks with this. There's the fun little pop of color, but it has literally everything I personally want for an eyeshadow look, and that's huge to me. So like we're traveling in about a week, and this is probably the palette that's going with me. It's got everything I need. So if you want more info on it, no, did I get makeup on it? If you want a little bit more info on this, I did a different look, more of a warm tone look on my eyes in my review of this palette, which I will link below and up in the cards because I'm very proud of that video. You should go check it out. Okay, skincare favorite, and then we're gonna talk about some very merry unfavorites. This is the Memebox Nooni line. It's their Brighten Up Radiance Dual Essence. When I mentioned this a few months ago, or whenever it was sold out on Ulta's website, and as far as I know right now, it is back in stock. So I feel happy mentioning this. This is one of those weird products that like, it's not a normal skincare regimen product necessarily, but it has become one for me because I've noticed a huge difference. So basically, it's got two little chambers with two separate little pumps. I usually pump both at the same time, mix them together, and just kind of wipe it all over my face because it's kind of got a moisturizer consistency. So one side has this dark spot essence. So you can really target that to certain areas. Maybe you have darker spots. And then there's the tone up essence you're supposed to put all over. I put both all over. Here's the thing. There were about 2 weeks where I didn't use this, just kind of happenstantially. Is that a word? It should be. And I noticed that my skin, like some dark spots were kind of showing back up, and I'm like, why isn't my skin tone not as even? And then I'm like, well, I haven't used that as much. So I started using it again. About a week later, I was like, my skin's back to how it was. Like, I feel like this stuff is really making a difference. It's not crazy expensive. It's not like $60 and it's not like $8. I feel like it's like in the $28 price range. It's really good, you guys. I'm noticing a difference. I'm running pretty low, so I'll probably be rebuying it too. All right, let's talk about my unfavorites. First thing, you probably saw my review of the Naked Cherry collection. There's a palette. There's this blush and highlighting palette. There's lip products and liners and all kinds of stuff. I was kind of underwhelmed. There was some good stuff, some bad. Again, I'll link that in the cards and down below if you're interested, because again, I think there's a lot of good info in that video. But this was one of the most underwhelming, and that's why it's the only one I'm mentioning from that line in here. So it's their highlight and blush palette from the Cherry collection. No, it does not smell like cherries. First of all, this is around $30, okay? Keep that in mind, $30. All you get is a highlighter, and it's actually pretty good right here. It's like a kind of almond colored, champagne colored highlight. It's pretty good. This blush that doesn't swatch well, and even in the video, I'm like, it's okay. But a lot of you guys brought up, and I even saw it when I was editing, you guys were like, actually, the blush looks really nice on you, and I agree. Once I saw it on, I'm like, you know what? It actually is a decent blush on. Maybe it doesn't swatch well, but it's not as important as how it looks on the cheeks, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll give it to you. That blush was actually okay. It's this color. It's this weird, patchy white, but it's got these chunks of glitter in it. It's the weirdest product. Like, I think it might look okay, but it's really like a pink, purpley white with huge chunks of gold glitter in it. And that's what threw me. I'm like, okay, hold on a minute. This is $30, meaning each color is $10, $20, $30. Each color is $10. Think about it that way. And when you think about it that way, it's like, okay, maybe 20, but $10 more for this color, you're probably not going to use. And even if you do, it really doesn't look flattering on, I have to assume, most people's skin types. I feel like that's a huge waste of money. And I cannot put my stamp of approval on this because I just think that's a huge, $30 is a lot of money. And I think a lot of YouTubers lose sight of that. Because when you're sent PR and you get so, and I'm guilty of this, I feel like, and I'm trying to be better. When you're sent PR and you're getting all these things, you start to lose track of the fact that, yeah, these are Urban Decay and they're high end, but you're like, oh, but yeah, this is pretty good. I'd recommend it. But when it's $30 actual dollars you're spending, no, I don't recommend this. And that's why I'm trying to be more discerning about those kinds of things, because $30 is a lot of money. And next unfavorite is the Revlon PhotoReady Candid Loose Powder. This is a translucent powder. It's the only shade they make. If you saw my Revlon video, I was trying some new drugstore makeup, a bunch of Revlon stuff. Their Candid foundation was actually pretty good for like a kind of everyday. I put it on with my fingers. I also use their foundation brush, which is pretty good, but it's not out yet. But it's actually a decent everyday foundation. I think it's kind of light to medium coverage, but the powder was horrendous. And if you saw my like check-ins throughout the day in that video, again, I'll link it below, shameless plug. It didn't look flattering on the skin. It didn't really blur the way most loose powders do. It didn't really increase the wear time much. And a lot of you guys were commenting saying that other YouTubers did like the flash photo test, and you saw that it looked horrible in flash photography. Now, are most of us in flash photography most of the time? No. But that's just another con against this product that I already didn't like. So I figured it was worth mentioning. I don't like it. If you're looking for a great drugstore loose powder, I recommend the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder. That stuff is amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, last one, skincare product, this Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. Elemis. If you are listening, this brand is now sold at Ulta, so they sent some stuff out because it's exciting when new brands are at Ulta and Sephora where it's maybe more accessible to a lot of us. This stuff smells horrible. It smells horrible. First of all, why, oh why, is there this strong of a scent in it? But it's not even like, it smells like a cleaning product. Like a literal one you'd spray on that's like bad for you cleaning product. That's what it smells like. I've been using the crap out of this because I'm trying to use it up because I love the actual product. The cleansing balm itself is great at removing makeup. It's almost moisturizing as you're stripping your face of the makeup, which is exactly what I want. But the smell, I'm literally using huge glops just to get through it because I hate wasting. So I'm trying to get through it, but it smells so bad. Elemis, please take the fragrance out of this or whatever it is that's causing it. Please change it. It's so bad. So those are all of my best and worst for this month of October. wow. I hope this was helpful in your pursuit of finding the best products that are out there. That is my job, to share those with you guys. If you enjoyed, I hope that you'll give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos. And thanks for sticking with me in this late hour where I feel like I'm absolutely going crazy and my throat is tired. But other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.